Hey guys, it's Mel. I got the baby napping. Yay! Let's see how long it lasts. I feel like I haven't been on in so long to actually do a chat video or whatever. So hopefully we can get through this. But this video actually, I've been missing my swaps, but at the same time I wanted to come up with something fun. I also wanted to come up with something that I'd be able to do. So I wanted to wait till there was a time, and not that I have that much time now, but I wanted to wait till there's a possibility of me getting up in my craft room. So and either way, worst comes to worst, if I have to work into the midnight hours up there in my craft room or whenever I can get her to sleep, that's what I'll do. I've done it before. Why not do it again? So anyway, like I said, I missed my swaps, and this one's going to be a little bit different. And what I need you guys to do is wait till the very end and make sure that you're, in agreement with, the terms, and then let me know that you want to be interested. And please don't add yourself or email me that you're interested if I know you don't always know when, you might have to back out, but pretty much only serious people who are, you really want to be in the swap, because once I get moving with you in there, it's hard to, it makes more work for me to have the people who back out and do things like that. So that's my reasoning to have you guys listen to all these details, and then we'd be more than welcome to have you if you are one of the first. I'll give you the amount of people that I'm going to have in here. So just kind of listen to these details and see if it's something you might be interested in. So I think this is okay, only because, and allowed, only because we're not, putting these for resale or things like that. But this is going to be a stamped image swap. I had two ideas, so it's not going to be, this one's not going to be anything that you create at the moment. But my other idea was, and I know that this is okay, so if for some reason that it comes to my attention that this is not, that you're not allowed to share images, like I said, I think it's okay, only because it's like you're sharing your craft items. You're not, you're not going to be selling these cards or putting them for sale. So as far as my knowledge, it's okay. I'm just reading text. So anyway, that was my husband. So anyway, back to this. So my other idea, so this will be for a future one, is to do like a die cut swap. So like you may have different dies than your crafty friend has, and they could die cut them up into pretty papers like vellums, glitter papers, metallic papers, all types of fancy stuff, and cut out the images. Then you have these die cut images. So I think that's going to be a fun idea for the future too. So for this one, it's going to be a stamped image swap, and like I said, I'm pretty sure it's okay, only because we're not selling them. You're not going to sell them in any type of crafty shop or anything. It's just, to have for your own little fun in your craft room, or to make cards for, your family member, people you're not charging for or whatever. So basically in the end, and this is going to be tough, so this is why I want you to live through, there's going to be 11 people total. I'm going to be one of them. So the first 10 people at the end of this, once you're okay with the terms, to email me privately. It's not going to be through YouTube. I'm going to give you my email address at the end, because I want you to hear all this. The first 10 people I'll choose will be in this group, and I will notify you. This is all going to be done through video. It's easier for me just to record a video and just kind of run off who made it. And if you didn't make it to this one, don't be discouraged. Like I said, I want to have a die cut swap. I just have to keep this to 10, because even this is going to be a challenge. So again, with the 11 people total, you're going to that's including yourself, you're going to receive 100 stamped images by the end of this swap. So the only thing that means for you is each person, so basically each person must have about 10 stamps. If you only have 8, I think that's okay. You just do a double of 1 or 2, whatever you need to do. But basically, you're going to have to stamp 10 images per person. And if you're going to be doing it for 10 people, that's not including, yourself. For 10 people, that's 100 stamped images. So the way I look at it, although it sounds like a lot, you could just stamp, like say you have your 10 stamps chosen for what you want to stamp out for your swap. I would stamp like 10 a night. And it sounds like a lot, but it's not. And you just stamp them all on a page, and then of each image. And then, you know, in a span of 2 weeks, because that's about what I'm going to give you, time-wise, you can get all your images out and then cut them out and, you know, separate them into packages. So, but that's the fun thing. At the end of it, you're going to have 100 stamped images. You may get doubles. You know, not everybody knows what you have or not. If you have a lot of stamps to choose from, I would choose from ones that are a little more less common, or some, you know, there's certain stamps that, you know, everybody has or whatever. If you have ones that are a little bit out of the ordinary, maybe use them so that the person can say, oh, I never seen this one. Or it's just a nice way to be able to, you know, obtain some nice fun images to color or whatever, just for your own home use. So, and the only other requirements are, okay, a couple things. You must use Memento. I brought mine out. This Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Most of you have this already. This is a great ink for your Copics because they don't bleed. That's why I'm making it a must. If you're coloring with color pencils and things like that, it won't matter, but at least we know that everything has to be stamped out in this. So hopefully you already have it, so it's not anything you have to go out and buy if you did want to be involved in the swap. So again, you must use Memento Tuxedo Black so it doesn't ruin anybody's Copics if they choose to color it that way. Also, you must use, I guess the lowest grade you could use, and I use this a lot, is the from Walmart. You can get the Georgia Pacific. It's 110-pound cardstock. Or better. So you must use the least, you know, I guess the lowest grade you could use is the Georgia Pacific. It's cardstock. It's 110-pound, and some people use that to color with their Copics. It does bleed through a little bit on the back. I think I have a colored image here. I'll show you. Okay, here's one we were working on last night. And see, it will bleed through a little bit on the back, but so at least use that cardstock and that ink, and then you basically, what you're going to do is you're going to stamp all your images out and just, you know, just roughly cut them out like this, because the person can either fussy cut them, or if you want to be nice and leave a little bit more room around it, because not for this one because she's pretty large, but some of them I like to use my oval die cut, and, you know, you can die cut them out and then do the shading around it. So if you wanted to be nice and leave some space around it more than this, so that they can use the dies around them, you know, especially if they're smaller stamps like these ones are smaller in size. So that's up to you, but just the must is that you use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink and at least the Georgia Pacific 110-pound cardstock or better. So if you have better, you know, if you have Copic paper, if you have the Neenah Solar White, if you have the Simon Says stamp or the paper tray, whichever ones that are commonly used for Copics, I just want to make sure it doesn't ruin anybody's Copics, because certain inks, they will bleed if you try to color them with Copics. So that's a must. So a lot of you probably already have the Memento, and a lot of you probably already have at least the Georgia Pacific paper. It's like $5.42 for a big, they're called a ream or something like that, of them at Walmart in the stationery center. Like where, like the back to school goodies and stuff are. So those are the requirements. So at least that, if you want to use better paper, that's fine. You know, whatever you have. Hopefully you have at least the, you know, Walmart kind, so that you don't have to go out and get anything, but at least make it be that, so that, you know, that they can use images. And so let's go back to my list here. So I talked about the Memento, I talked about the paper. You're going to have to do 10 for each person, and so you're going to end up with 100 that you're sending to me. It sounds like a lot, but when you kind of go through, like I was stamping, like when you just go through and you stamp a bunch on, oh my gosh, I'm terrible with this camera angle. When you stamp a bunch on paper and then you can just use your paper trimmer or whatever and, you know, cut them all down, it'll go by fairly quick. And if you have it planned in your head, like this is what I got to do tonight, I'm telling you, you can bang them out quickly. So again, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to send me, and you can put them in little sandwich bags. You can put them, you know, because they're not going to be too large. And then just separate them that way and send me your 10 little sandwich bags separated. And then once you mail everything to me, I will, and I'm going to give you further detail, I will send out all the packages to each person. So you're only going to have to send something to me once, but it's going to have to include a self-addressed, self-postage envelopes. I'm getting to that. So, and then I will, once I receive everybody and I see that everybody handed them in, those are the same people who will get their package in return. If you don't send yours in, you're not going to get anything back. So it's kind of works out good that way. So it's fair. So everything's going to have to be sent to me. And again, once you guys just email me with your interest, and at that point I will obviously get your, so email me from your email address that you would like me to message you back, and then that's how we'll communicate most of the time, because the YouTube messages are not so great. So also, so if you sent me email, just write me a comment below here and just say emailed you, just so I know to look for it. Make sure none of them went to junk. And then at the end of that, I will email, like if you made it to the group, I'm going to email you my mailing address for when to get your package. You know, when you send your package to me with all your images. So so basically, I hope that made sense to everyone. So basically what you're going to be doing is, once I get everybody chosen, and it's going to be the first 10 people, and I'm going to go in order. And right now, let's see. Yeah, we can include, if there's anybody, because I know Miss Mindy, she usually does, she's in our swaps, and if you're in Canada, so if you don't mind covering your postage, because this won't affect anyone in the group, because you're basically, yes, here we are. I just had a mind blank. So last time, I was trying to think of how we did it. Last time, what you basically did is you sent me whatever that swap was. You sent me whatever you needed to send me, and then you sent me an envelope that had your address on it. There we go. So you're going to basically be sending me a self-addressed package for me to mail back the things to you. So if you're in Canada and you want to be included in the swap, I know you might have to go and get an estimate, I guess, of what it would cost, and just kind of have a prepaid, or if you rather just PayPal it to me and then I'll send it out. I'll go out to the post office and do that, because I'd love for you guys to be included as well. So anyway, but here we go. So basically, if you are interested, and these are the requirements, again, I'm just going to run through them, is that you have to have 100 stamped images sent to me total. They're going to be in 10 individual bags, because there's going to be 11 people total, including yourself, but you only have to do 10 sets of 10. And they're not colored, they're just going to be blank little images. So just say this one here, for example, you could cut that out and that would be one. And then the person can color them off themselves. I have a bunch of stamps like this. I just want to share, and I'll stamp, different ones, just some fun ones that, maybe that other person hasn't seen or doesn't have, and just kind of do a little swap and share, that way. So basically like this, you're going to cut out these, and each person's you're going to do 10 sets of 10 of these. And once you mail them to me, you have to include just a little, just one of them small bubble envelopes with your address on it. And I'm going to go over this again once we choose the people, but with your address on it, and then I'm going to say like at least $2.50 worth of stamps on it, $2.50 to get back, because these aren't going to be heavy, and even if you add a bunch of them, they're not going to be that heavy. So just for me to mail them back to you. So the first 10 people to email me at madebymelcrafts@hotmail.com. Again, it's madebymelcrafts@hotmail.com. So the first 10 people to email me that you're interested, and I will include you in the group, and then from there I will send you my address for you to work on your items. And this is going to be like a 2.5 week span. So I'm just pulling up my calendar. We are April 20th right now. So today, so let's see, 27th. Let's say on May 4th, all your packages, that's actually 2 weeks. So on May 4th, all your packages must go out. No later than May 4th. If you want to send them before then, that's fine. But no later than May 4th. And that way everybody should get them by, like, within the next 2 weeks, I would say. Because you got to give me some time to package up everybody's packages, but it usually doesn't take long. So if this sounds like something to be interested in, and sorry for the babble, but I'm just trying to make sure that I get all my points. So much to remember, and I'm sure I still forgot something. But if anybody's interested in that, let me know, and hopefully this will be a fun swap. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.